Hey tactical family, welcome back to the channel. This is Mike. One thing we should always do is verify the safety of our firearms when we perform maintenance. But there's a hidden piece of maintenance that we don't think about, and I'll tell you when we get back. Before the intro, I told you we should always make sure that when we're cleaning our firearms, as we clean them, we make sure that everything is safe, that the pieces are not broken, that the maintenance is done. But there's a hidden piece that we don't think about. Before we get going here, a couple things I want to mention. One, merch is here. Check it out. I think it came out awesome. You can get those from the link in the description. Also, wanted to give a shout out to a couple channels here. One, Gain Security Squad. Here's his channel. I'll have a link in the description. He's been supporting me, coming by, likes, comments, talking about my channel on his channel. So I wanted to throw that back at him. Go check out Gain Security Squad. He's putting up some good firearms content. It's kind of funny. Also, Guns Blazing Ranch. Here's his channel. You can have the description below. He stops by, throws some comments in the channel, which I think is awesome, especially for someone who has almost 1 million followers on his channel. Go check him out. He's got a cool assortment of firearms, from pistols to rifles to crazy stuff that you wouldn't see in other places. So go check out Guns Blazing Ranch. Weapons maintenance. This is the Response. Can't really get into description of who it's from or manufactured by. Anyone who knows about a Response knows where it comes from. I love this rifle. Check out some shooting here.
In the heart, dead center. Dead center.
This rifle has been flawless. It has been amazing. Whenever we get out there and shoot the rifle, one thing I always want to do is a quick, stock to barrel verification. Is my buttstock good? Is it still tightened? Has the castle nut loosened? Am I still adjustable? We'll check on that kind of stuff. Is my grip still good? Does my trigger feel good? Is my safety selector good? Are there any bolts, nuts, screws that we need to check out as we move forward? Is the handguard loose? This is not just this rifle, but it's any rifle. Check my barrel. This one has a head protector on it, so I want to make sure that's tight and I don't lose that. Verify the weapon is clear. We verified this weapon, it is clear. Do I want to do a functions check on it? Fire it, charging handle, release, fire, did everything work, right? This is just normal stuff you should do on your firearms. As of now, we know the firearm isn't broken. It passed its function check. The last time I was at the range, it fired just fine. As we break the weapon down, so we're going to break the weapon down for maintenance purposes here to show you how we do maintenance on this. So like with the AR-15, we go ahead and punch our pins. So I'll take the rifle. I'll start looking at the inside. Is my buffer tube good? Maybe I break out my buffer and I check out my buffer and I check out my buffer spring. Now this weapon is dirty. I need to clean it. But that wasn't the purpose of this video. I'm going to check my buffer. Is it unnecessarily chipped? Is there anything wrong with that? Is my buffer detent good, right? All this stuff I want to do. I'm going to check my trigger. Go ahead and internally check it. Make sure nothing is wrong there. I'm going to check my housing. Now with the Response, because I have to have I undo a screw in here so I can swap out the flex system for Glock or Smith & Wesson, and I have mine set up for Glock, Is that tight? Is it going to cause me a problem? As I go forward, I'm going to pull out my bolt carrier group, and my charging handle. See, I told you this thing is dirty. It's going to get cleaned. I'm going to check my charging handle. I'm going to check my bolt. Is there any unnecessary wear that I'm seeing on this? And to be honest, on this one, I'm actually seeing some chipping in here. So I'm going to have to keep an eye on that. Are there any problems with my bolt? Is my bolt face good? Okay, these are all things that we have to check. I'm going to check inside my upper receiver. Make sure I'm not seeing any wear and tear in there. Especially with this rifle, it's a polymer rifle. We want to make sure we're keeping this rifle clean, and we're checking for excessive wear and tear because it's polymer. Now I can't really see down in the rifle, you know, all that well, but I'm going to look down there and make sure there's nothing that my naked eye catches, and then if I have a bore scope, I can check that out. Now, this is all standard stuff. Now let's talk about the one thing when it comes to firearms maintenance that a lot of people don't think about. Does your rifle or your firearm have a recall notice? Who thinks about that when you're thinking about your firearm? Maybe you've had it for a year, everything's been great, and then bam, a recall notice comes in. Just like this response. This response has a recall notice. And the recall notice is when you're firing the rifle, if the rifle does not go into battery and you were to fire another round, it could cause the rifle to fire and explode. Causing an explosion out of the ejection port, blowing out the magazine, and then blowing out the bottom of there. If you own one of these rifles, you need to stop shooting it if it was manufactured prior to February 2024. This rifle is affected by the recall. I cannot shoot this rifle anymore. The way you can tell is if where it says 9mm right there, the 9mm will have a dash on both sides of it. Just like this picture right here. If you have the two dashes, you're good to go. If you do not, you need to send this in for warranty repair. Unhidden maintenance that people don't think about. Again, if you own a Response and it's manufactured prior to February 2024, stop shooting it. Get it back to Smith & Wesson so they can fix the problem that it has. Until next time, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe. Please support the channel. Check out the merch. You guys are crushing it. I'm loving the support. Stay safe. Support the Second Amendment. God bless our country. God bless our troops.